You are here because the outside world rejects you.
I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Come on, let's get nuts.
This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
I made up money. Come on, Peter Tingle. Here we go.
What's up? What's up? What up?
What's up, Cameo? It's Nerds to Men. I'm Brad Reed.
What's up?
Cameo over there making faces during the show, cracking me up. I got a question for you, Cameo. We're the Nerds to Men.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Oh, we are?
We are. We're the Nerds to Men. And I got a question for you. Our
I
opening.
thought we were the Conformist Peach Cobbler.
No, that's a different show. That's a horror podcast.
Oh.
A horror podcast. Which, did you watch Malignant?
No, I didn't. I haven't yet.
Okay. Because I told you that's a movie you could probably watch. Me and Nugget will be talking about that on the next Conformist Peach Cobbler, which if you want to get that and Nerds to Men ad-free, you don't have to pay any of the, or not pay, you do have to pay actually, but you can get our shows ad-free, and all you have to pay is $1 a month. You lost some lights there, Cameo.
I know.
Some lights and action. But yeah, you pay $1 a month and you get our shows ad-free, both Nerds to Men and Conformist Peach Cobbler. And you can get those on our patreon.com/dopepods page. Patreon.com/dopepods. Patriot.com, I think, is where you get your horse paste to fight your COVIDs, like Joe Rogan. But that's a different podcast. So,
which is a good podcast at times.
Do you listen to Joe Rogan? I don't know if we've discussed.
I have a little bit.
I'm not a big fan.
I normally don't get through a whole show. I'll say that.
You don't? Okay. It seems like Affliction Guy kind of podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we got those kind of gentlemen listening to our show. So, but it just seems like, I don't know, like, man, just kind of that culture that you tell them something and they just run with it like as a conspiracy theory, and they don't necessarily, know if it's true or not. It's good for ratings.
Right.
So that's that. Anyhow, I was just curious if you were on the Joe Rogan train.
No, I like Joe Rogan. But I don't like everything he does though. So
got you. So I have a question for you, back to earlier before we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Should we change out some of our opening quotes? I want to know from like the audience and you. Should we keep a couple? I mean, we're going to keep, I'll tell you this, we would always keep the Splinter one saying cowabunga, and probably the Martin one saying what's up. Yes. The other ones I'm I could sub out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with that. But yeah, we got to keep the Turtles and Martin for sure.
Is it got to stay fresh?
Friggity fresh.
Friggity fresh. Okay, cool. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the What If, the Zombies episode. So spoilers ahead. Shang-Chi, that's a review from us. And just so people know, we're not like movie critics, okay? We will
critique.
Well, yeah, we review and we talk about things we like, but like we don't go watch movies we know we're not going to like just so that we can talk about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so
why waste money?
Yeah, so if you're like us, you're probably watching these movies too because you like them. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to like every one of them. Like, we don't like every one of them. But I feel like the culture of Nerds to Men is more of a, we just talk about the things we like. So
yes,
we're going to talk about Shang-Chi and all of that. Let's go ahead and get into our nerd updates, though, Cameo. Okay. I got some cool ones. So first of all, we got a Matrix trailer just the other day for the Matrix Resurrection.
Yep.
That's next year, right? Early next year?
I thought it was no, it's this year. It's this December, ain't it?
Oh, is it this
What was that?
Is it this December? Man, it's like hot in the room, and I'm
Yeah, I think it's December 22nd.
Oh, okay. Let me look it up real quick. But yeah, like I say, I'm waiting because it's September, mid-September right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just dying for our weather to cool off, especially in my studio that has no air conditioning. December 22nd, 2021, when this Matrix movie comes out. So sooner than I thought. But I wanted to ask you, because like I say, the trailer looked really good. You know, he's on the tail end of doing all these like John Wick movies, and had a big resurgence lately. And then I would have to say, if you're making a Matrix movie where there's action and stuff, like it's gonna be a little kind of like John Wick-ish, right?
Right.
That's just how it is nowadays. Like you can kind of see that kind of style bleeding over in all the movies, in a way.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll say this: I'm a fan of Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But I will not say that he is the most versatile actor out there. I've seen I wouldn't say all of his movies, but I've seen him play different types of people, different characters. But I will say that his portrayal as an action star is a lot better than his others, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, most of my favorite movies by him are action movies, other than maybe Bill and Ted's.
That was the best movie ever.
That's a good movie. It was a good movie. But yeah. So there was a lot of things, though. People have been asking, how is he back from the dead? And my theory has been, and I think from watching this, because you start to notice like some of the people he knew before don't seem to know him at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe you don't die like we think you die. Maybe you just go into a new Matrix in this universe or whatever. What do you think?
I think, obviously he didn't die. I will say that his you don't really know what happened to him at the end of Matrix Revelations.
Right.
You just see his body. And I feel like with him being the one, the machines weren't done with him yet.
Yeah.
So, and as you see in the trailer, he's back in that pod again. Whether it could be two different things. A, that could be like a flashback, or B, they just reinserted him to finish out his life course as their batteries, basically.
So in this movie, is he like going through the whole thing all over again? Does he know about the Matrix? Does he know he's in the Matrix? Because it kind of seems... Go ahead.
I don't think he really knows, but I think he's kind of... He knows something is off. At least that's what I could tell from the trailer. Yeah.
And the guy who's playing Lawrence Fishburne's character, say his name again.
Yeah.
Abdul Mateen. So he's like the new Morpheus. Yeah. He's the new Morpheus, or is he a different guy that like maybe they all kind of like have that kind of look? You know how like all the other guys had like the black suit and tie and sunglasses. Maybe there's more guys who are bald and have the cool glasses.
Now, I think this might be, how they did the Oracle, how they changed her character.
Yeah.
From, I would say episode 2, the second movie to the third. And they're like, hey, what's that? But I also think too, that this might be, I heard that it's almost like time traveling almost, where this Matrix is showing the younger versions of, of the original characters.
Yeah.
But I mean, Trinity is going to be back, and I'm not sure why Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne, isn't coming back. But
he's probably
maybe-
like, man, I'm too old for that ish.
yeah, probably. And he's like, and I'm on Blackish, so
Yeah. And he only has to show up every few episodes. On the other one,
right,
he's just hanging out in the guest room.
exactly.
Do you think he like stays on set? Like he lives out
That's
in the
where he
guest
lives?
house? Yeah. They just wake him up
That
for
would be
certain
hilarious.
episodes. That'd be cool. That'd be funny. So we got a new Hawkeye trailer that also is coming out this year, November. And it's got like a Christmassy theme to it, which I dig. I always think that movies and TV shows that like take place at Christmas always kind of stick out more to you, because even though not everybody celebrates Christmas, it's something a lot of people grew up with. And so like as a, like Die Hard, not a Christmas movie, but people remember it as a Christmas movie. Yeah. Gremlins, probably not really. Was their idea to be like Brad Reed's favorite Christmas movie, but it is. So
Yeah.
I think that is like the backdrop of Christmas on this Hawkeye show kind of is interesting. And then just other than that, like I thought it had like a cool style, a visual style to it that I'm excited about. Now, his daughter, right? That's his daughter that's with him. Is that Ronan? Or did they call?
You talking about Haley?
Yeah.
Haley's not his daughter.
Oh, Haley's not his daughter? Who is that?
No. That's her name is Kate Bishop. She's I don't know much about her, but she does take up the mantle of Hawkeye for like the Young Avengers, I believe.
Now, who is Ronan when they're talking about Hawkeye?
Jeremy Renner.
It is him. But like, is it like a different persona?
It's kind of because in what was it? After Infinity War, how everybody's got dusted by Thanos.
Yeah.
So in the I'm not sure. That's not how it happens in the comics, I don't believe. But basically, this is like his dark side.
Right.
Dark side Hawkeye, basically.
Right. So, do you think we'll see any of that in the show?
Maybe some flashbacks.
Or do you
Maybe
think
why
something
he-
might happen that makes him go like, berserker and goes back to that character? I mean, I didn't see anything in the trailer that would make me think that. I know people have brought it up before as like something that they wanted to see. Like, because I think, like you said, in the one where he had like the darker outfit or something, he had a different outfit, and they were like, ooh, he's going to be Ronin. But I don't think we've actually seen him be that really, right?
Nah, we just saw that one scene where he was chopping up the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Or the Yakuza, however you say it.
Right. So I'm looking forward to that. Right now we're going to talk about What If here in a little bit. That's like the only TV show for Marvel that's going on the heels of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, or actually now
Loki.
Loki came after that too. You're right. Which set everything in motion for what we're getting now. Yeah. Okay, so here's a couple things that came out last week. Some announcements on some video games, which I was just thinking the other day, man. I don't know why Marvel doesn't put out, or DC. Like, I know that there's like a Gotham Knights coming out a little bit later.
Can't wait for that.
But they announced like Spider-Man 2, which I'm all for because I like the first Spider-Man. I enjoyed it because it was more of like an open map kind of thing, whereas like I don't like, just to be honest, Cameo, I know you've told me and maybe we need to try it online, but I don't really love the Avengers game.
Yeah, it's not as fun as I wanted it to be.
Right.
Because when you do these missions, they're in the same place, you're looking at the same scenery.
Yeah.
And granted, you could say, oh, well, open worlds, if you travel to the same place, you're seeing the same thing. Yeah, you're right. but it's not the same in this video game because it's not open world, and you can't go to different places.
Yeah, like Arkham Knight. I consider that more of like an open world. You can go play these missions, or you can just go around and fight. Same with Spider-Man. You can just kind of hang out and fight and stop crime or whatever. Go see the city. I don't know. Like, and the other thing I don't like about Spider-Man and I don't like about this Avengers game is like the little side mission things that they make you do where you got to crawl around and not get seen by these robots or, I think Miles does it in the first Spider-Man game. Cool way to introduce them, I guess. But those like take me out of it. Like, I'm just like, ugh, I want to get past this. And plus, if you don't make it, then it takes like 5 minutes for the freaking thing to load.
Yeah.
So, hopefully Spider-Man 2.
PlayStation 5 though.
I was going to say, hopefully Spider-Man 2 won't be like that. Now, the problem is it's on the PS5, like you said. So, I don't have one. Do you have one?
Yeah.
You have one?
Mm-hmm.
You got a PS5. I did not know this.
Yeah.
When did you get one?
Yeah. When it first came out.
Dang, you're balling. Okay.
I was
balling.
So when I was saving up for this, man, I was like, yeah, I'm getting me one. So when it started to come out, I got wind, saying that it was going to be released, at a certain time. So I got on Best Buy, was on the website, didn't get it. So I was like, crap. So I was like, let me see if I can get it tomorrow. Didn't work. So, and these were just the pre-orders.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, man, I'm not going to get it. I'll just wait until they come out with some more. Well, Sony sends me an email and was like, hey, this is a voucher for you to get the PlayStation 5.
Really?
Yeah. I don't honestly, truthfully, dude, I have no idea why I got it.
Because they knew you were Cameo.
I wish. But honestly, truthfully, I have no idea because they said, thank you for being a valued PlayStation Network user. And it's a voucher for you to get the PlayStation 5 whenever it comes out. So I was like, all right. I jumped on that deal and bought it and was like, okay.
Man, that's okay. I'm jealous because I would buy one. I will buy one today. But the problem is, like, I know somebody who I think can get me one for like $650, which I might have to do it. But like, I think I saw at a vintage stock in the city where they have one, but it's like $750. But you have to, you can't just buy the console for $750. You have to buy the console, a controller, and 2 games. So it's like $1,000 before you get out of there, I think. And I'm like, man, because I want it.
I mean,
I just want to pay the normal price though. I don't want to get gouged. So, but
yeah, that's kind of crappy of vintage stock for doing that. I mean, I know they're a business and it's not like it's an actual retail gamer place, like GameStop. So, I mean, I guess they can do whatever they want to do.
I just think that actually, I don't see how they can do that because it seems like that is price gouging, but it is what it is. What I really, 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 really want it for though is Wolverine, which is also supposed to be based on the same workings as
same
Spider-Man.
Universe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so like that little trailer they show you, that's him behind. So it says not actual gameplay, but it's probably some kind of part of
it's like a cut scene or something, or maybe even an intro.
Right. But it just kind of it shows like probably an older, old man Logan type Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm for it. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Because when's the last time we had a Wolverine or X-Men video game? The 90s? I don't even remember.
I want to say, I think it was on the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3. I think it was a PlayStation 3 that there was the X-Men Origins video game, which was pretty cool. I liked it. I played it quite a bit.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait for this Wolverine move or game.
But,
and if they don't have PS5s by then, I'm gonna steal yours. I'm gonna steal somebody's.
Nope.
Yeah,
Not mine. But since we're on the mutant aspect,
oh my gosh, where did you get that?
Hasbro, the company that makes all of the action figures, X-Men, Star Wars, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
dude, this thing is huge. It's like a toddler.
the Sentinels.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty cool. That's sweet.
Came in yesterday, and it's holding Deadpool.
Nice. Man, I'm jealous.
Mutant.
I'm jealous. I'll show you some stuff I got, but a little later.
Oh.
A little later.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So, all right, let's go ahead and. One thing before we get out of here, there was a rumor that's going around. I wanted to see what your thoughts were as to whether it's a rumor worth believing in. But I believe it was that James McAvoy is going to be Professor X in the next Doctor Strange movie. Is that what you were hearing? Is that what you've heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Do you believe that?
I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. Just like the whole Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield in Spider-Man No Way Home. Although I don't know if you saw what I posted on our page, behind the scenes set photos of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire dressed in their Spider-Man outfits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like on some scaffolding with like a blue screen behind them.
Right.
So, until I see the trailer, then I'll believe it.
Well,
But, I mean, anything is possible since they own X-Men now.
Well, yeah, I thought WandaVision was going to be a good way to unite the universes. And then they kind of cheesed it, of course, with Quicksilver. But I also think that Doctor Strange is just as good a way, since it's going to be, the multiverse of madness. So what better way?
Right.
But see, that's the thing. So if they do bring James McAvoy in, then we're going to expect for most of those characters to be played by those Fox cast, and that might not be the case, but I'm glad if they stick with James McAvoy, though, right?
Yeah.
Or would you rather them recast it all together?
No. I mean, if they do, they do. I like James McAvoy as I was about to say Master Splinter. Wow. Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
But I also like Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
Yeah. Sir
Patrick
makes
a lot.
I wouldn't mind, the original Professor X, but I mean, he's getting old, man. So
yeah.
Even though he doesn't really do much except for sit in a wheelchair, but tip it off to James McAvoy since he's been the character.
Yeah.
And with the whole Wolverine thing, let Hugh Jackman come back and do it, and let him play a small part, but go with the comics, go with X-23 with Laura Kinney. And
well, she's really not X-23 anymore, right? She's officially Wolverine now.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, in the comics, go with X-23 as Wolverine.
Yeah.
Or, go with his son, I think it's Daken, I believe. It's spelled Daken. And yeah, so I mean, do it that way. But I mean, I would love for, the original cast members to come back, at least from the first class X-Men.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our review. Spoiler alert. Spoiler.
Wait, are we gonna do What If?
No, that's next. That's after.
Oh, okay.
Now we're getting to our main event, sort of, and then those are like the dark shows. These are all wrestling terms. But yeah, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, there is a way that they said it that I was like, am I saying it right? But then I would hear the other people in it, like the white people, and then they would say it like I say it. So I was like, okay.
Well, then Wong says it like Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Like, but his parents, like, didn't they say like C? Like,
yeah, it's like a
TSI kind of sound. C?
Yeah, almost.
C?
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so and then well, here, I'm gonna butcher this and I really do apologize, but like we were talking about the guy who plays Shang-Chi. Simu Liu. Did I do it right?
Yep.
Yeah, yay. I was practicing it before the show. Because I'm bad with names anyway, right?
Uh-huh.
But let's talk about this movie for a minute because, like I say, spoiler alert, it is only in theaters. So I believe that it did really well at the box office for, comparatively. But I think it did pretty good, even like I think with the Labor Day box office, it broke the record that's been held by a Rob Zombie movie, which I was so surprised. I did not realize that a Rob Zombie movie was in the lead for like the most box office over a Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, it's globally at 258 million.
Yeah,
and that was yesterday. So, and I think the second weekend, which was this past weekend, nationally was I think they made another 35 mil on it.
You put
but
some,
the opening weekend, huh?
Oh, well, I was gonna say you put some money in their pockets 2 weeks in a row, right?
Yeah. I saw it 3 times.
3 times. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Saw it with my son Thursday evening. Then Monday, me and the wifey went to go see it on Labor Day. And then when my daughter came back, we saw it on Saturday.
Nice. Very nice. So, I will tell you just right off the bat, I loved it. I really loved it. It starts off with Shang-Chi and his friend Katie, played by Awkwafina. Like, is she a comedian or is she like a YouTube star or all of the above?
She's a comedian.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, she's been in. She has an HBO Max series that's out. I haven't finished it. I think I'm like a couple episodes in, but she was in Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's been in a few things. I think she was in the Ocean's 8 or the female version.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah, she's been in quite a few things.
Well, what I liked how the movie kind of just, it starts with them and then it just throws them into everything pretty soon. Like, you don't have to wait too long for the story to start getting, to start being laid out. And then, of course, there's going to be a lot of people like me who have no idea the history of any of this, right? Well,
same here.
So what you might think you're going to get is sort of a boring backstory type movie where it sets everything up and then you get to, something else by the second movie or whatever. This movie didn't do that. It put enough in throughout the movie. It sprinkled enough in for you to get ideas of who these characters were and what made them, tick, what made them do what they're doing. And even like Shang-Chi, like you might be like, okay, well, we're going to see him get his power. No, like we find out really quick. He knows what's up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just like that whole setup. I thought it was great. I thought the movie was really good. It was really funny. And I know a lot of people kind of like diss that as a Marvel thing, right? Like where they're like, oh, DC movies have to be, dark and brooding like the Zack Snyder movies. And then if you like Marvel movies, and then if you like the Suicide Squad movie, they're like, oh, well, that's because it's a Marvel movie, even though it wasn't, but it was by James Gunn, who did Marvel movies. So I don't know, though. Like, I enjoy it if it's not something that's, if the jokes are good, I enjoy it. And I thought the jokes were good in this movie, right?
Yeah, it wasn't forced at all.
No, I didn't think so. I really didn't get that impression. I thought it was really funny when it needed to be. So like as the movie kind of goes on, we get like cool fight scenes throughout the whole movie. I thought like they did a really great job with that.
Yeah. And when it comes to kung fu movies, you cannot you can't fake that. So you want to put on a real blockbuster kung fu movie, you got to look at some of the greats in the past. Like off the top of my head, Jackie Chan's Drunken Master. If you have not seen that movie, go check it out. It's probably one of my favorite kung fu movies out there. Then if you look at, Donnie Yen's Ip Man series, that's a phenomenal movie, or I should say movies, because there's 4 of them. But yeah, I mean, some of those movies and older, like you cannot fake the funk with this. And I'm really glad, they didn't look like Iron Fist. Now I rewatched the series and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was at the beginning. I mean, I had my gripes because again, I'm biased when it comes to kung fu movies. I love kung fu movies. And you there's a certain flair that you have to have to do the moves. Like, otherwise you just look like it's choreographed. But what's his name? Simu Liu is he takes kung fu. He did his own stunts. It was amazing that they had somebody, of his stature, his, just some guy coming from modeling stock photos to being a Marvel superhero. I mean, that is so cool. And I'm really proud of him, man. I mean, I'm talking like I know the dude, but but it's just amazing to see, Marvel taking, I wouldn't really say a risk, but doing something like this to give a well-rounded sense of the Marvel universe. It's not just blonde hair, blue eye Captain America.
Yeah.
It's it's T'Challa from Africa. It's from what's his name? Shang-Chi from China. Even though he's not from China in this, but it's cool to see, everything unfold in the Marvel universe with different characters from different backgrounds.
But see, like with this movie, it was probably the least Marvel of them all, I feel like. Right?
No, dude. I agree. And the only reason why I agree with that is because it was a kung fu movie.
Well, yeah. And the only reason that I know you're not really a kung fu movie is because you keep saying
it's gung fu.
Yeah,
gung fu. I know.
It's gung fu. Which Paper Tigers on Netflix, you could watch that movie over and over. That's a great movie too.
It's an amazing movie.
Like, I don't think that they could do a sequel of it, but I wish they would.
Yeah,
I loved it, and I need to look up
or do a prequel.
Yeah,
I would love a prequel.
That would be great because they have some of the younger actors playing them, so that would be great. So yeah, go look that up on Netflix if you haven't seen it because that one's really good. And like I say, it left me thinking, man, I wish I could see more of these. So that's a great one. A lot of heart in that movie. A lot of heart, and just really funny too at times. Like the guy, the white dude that they keep going up against,
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Oh man, was it? Because the one guy is Crazy Hands, and then what was the other guy's name? Because he kept fighting him from the time they were young till, because he kept knocking him out. You know, it was great.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And that's the only reason I say it was the least Marvel of them. You know, not a lot of Marvel interaction other than Wong, who had a great cameo in it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it I don't know, it just wasn't like the same kind of. It did, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, it was more of a kung fu movie. So I thought that was cool.
And if you've never, and this is, you know, to our listeners and viewers, if you've never watched a kung fu movie, they're not all good. What I will say, that's there are some that are like super cheesy and super goofy, like Kung Fu Hustle. I would say definitely watch that one, you know, just to start off. And even if you want to do something classic that has a real, you know, beautiful artistry and fight scenes and story, is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Right.
With because Michelle Yeoh is in it. Oh, sorry, she's over here. Wait, there we go. Michelle Yeoh. She's in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That movie came out like around. Oh, I'm sorry, but that one came out like around what, like 99, 2000.
Yeah, it was around the 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And I remember it was like kind of groundbreaking for some of the stuff that they did in it. Yeah, it was pretty good. Really good.
Chow Yun-Fat's in it. He's the main character, and oh my goodness, Zhang Ziyi. So, you know, like I said, great fight scenes, beautiful scenery. Yeah, dude, it's if you're wanting a good kung fu movie, check those out. But also too, if you want to do old school, because it's kind of an older film, I want to say like early 90s, late 80s, I believe, is Jackie Chan's Legend of the Drunken Master. It's awesome.
Yeah. That one I've seen, it's been a while too, so I'll look those up for sure. So I did want to mention, like, you had kind of compared it to Black Panther earlier, but not like story wise or anything, but people are saying, and I think it was kind of like maybe one of the criticisms was that by the third act, it kind of mirrors Black Panther. Did you see that? I felt like, in a way, as I was watching it, I kind of thought that, but then like, I don't know what you expect the story to be like, though. You know what I mean? Like, because he's going home, and that's like in every story, right? Like from the prodigal son from the Bible to now, it's been told over and over. Yeah,
I mean, if you look at it, so basically, you know, in oh my goodness, in Black Panther, T'Challa's mother, whenever he was fighting M'Baku, he said, or she said, "Show him who you are."
Mm-hmm.
Then, you know, later on, where he's trying to figure out who his family is, you know, aka Killmonger. You know, he was kind of caught between, like, are you really family? Are you not? You know, just, you know, going back and forth. And, you know, every superhero movie, they deal with that. They have to figure out who they are as they're going on their journey to save somebody or
Guardians
save
of the
world,
Galaxy, Thor,
exactly,
Iron Man.
So I mean,
all of them.
Right. Because they always come to this epiphany, like, yeah, this is who I am. This is who I'm meant to be.
Yeah, and it deals, like I said,
yada,
it deals
yada,
with
yada.
their parents and, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So Ant-Man, like, because the Wasp, she's like, what's her name? Something Pym, right? She's Hank's daughter.
Janet. No, that's the mother.
But she's you see what I'm saying? They're like all these things deal with their families and like I say, going home basically, which is what he does. But he's going home to save his sister, who he thinks is in danger from his father. And when he finally finds his sister, he also is found by his father, and his father basically wants them to come home to rescue their mom, who has been dead for some time. And
right.
So when he does go, they kind of find out that, okay, like their dad, he seems like for a minute like he's welcoming them home, but then you find out he's kind of like, well, if you're not going to do what I want you to do, then he's going to go back to being an a-hole. So, and he's like hundreds of years old. He's powerful. He's got the 10 rings, and the 10 rings were awesome. I thought the stuff that they did with that whole thing was really cool. And so basically the thing that you find out too is that there is a tie-in from the Iron Man movies, because remember the Mandarin?
Mm-hmm.
So
Trevor?
that was Ben Kingsley, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't like that they cast him as the Mandarin in that movie, even though we know why. That was the rib, is that he was a fake. He wasn't the real Mandarin. So they bring his father is the real Mandarin, Shang-Chi's. But they do bring Ben Kingsley back as Trevor, and he has some really funny stuff that goes on and like with his character. Yeah, it was great. But so like by the time they get to the third act, the end of the movie, I thought that it was just if your criticism was that it was kind of like Black Panther, okay. But still, it was like a great story and just a beautiful, well shot, like extravaganza. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that was cool. I really enjoyed it. So,
yeah, it was an amazing movie for sure. Somebody was asking me, how I wouldn't say asking me how much did I like it, but I did say that, this is I'm putting it in my top 5 and it's at number 2.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's not that high up for me, but I still think it was a really, really good movie. It's one that I could watch again for sure. And I will. Dude, yeah. I will watch it again.
Yeah. I'll watch it again too in theaters.
But I'll
watch it a fourth time.
At some point we probably ought to make our list, our updated list.
Okay.
Before our next
Let's do it at the end of the year after Spider-Man No Way Home.
Ah, okay. All right. I'm down for that.
Because from here until the end, well, I'll say after Spider-Man No Way Home, we got 2 more years of Marvel movies. Next year, I think there's going to be like 3 movies. 2023, there's going to be 4, and then I think 2024, there's going to be 4 movies coming out that are Marvel related.
Well,
so I'm excited, dude.
I'm gonna say I give it all to Crying Kevin Smith. Go see it as soon as you can. That's the thing, though. I think a lot of people did go see this one at the theater. I don't think still not near as much as other movies, just because it wasn't a pandemic, it wasn't a spike, yada yada yada. But I think this one did pretty good, and so I think once it is in, it'll be streaming soon. So those of you who haven't seen it and are still watching this spoilerific review, go see it ASAP. All right, Cameo, let's talk about zombies. What if?
Okay.
That's not really the name of the show. It was What If, and then what was
Zombies.
It was called Zombies? I thought it was like if they.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have saw something else when I was looking it up on Disney Plus then. But I did see the show. A couple things that I really loved just right off the bat. T'Challa's back. We thought that we weren't going to get to see him in anything anymore, and then we got a little bonus. Were you surprised by that, or did you know he was going to be back on it?
No, I did not know he was going to be back. I know that I think I heard that he was going to be in like 4 episodes. So this is 2. So maybe there's going to be 2 more. I don't know, but it wasn't really a reliable source. I would say not a reliable source. It wasn't a source that you would automatically believe.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I say this one and the second one are my favorite episodes.
Okay, so with this one, like, there was cool stuff in it. You know what I mean? Like, it was really, like, the setup was really good. But I feel like it was a little bit, like, some of these are kind of that way, rushed, where I think you kind of mentioned, like, where you were like, I hope that we see more of this continue played out somewhere, you know, these what if stories. I don't know that we will, because I think the whole idea was just as one shots. But like with this one, I could have done like an hour show where like the stakes were higher on the whole zombie thing. Like it was just cool. That's what it was. It was cool, but I thought it could have been like really like a lot more, like some more drama, some more suspense.
Yeah. And now what I'm wondering is, because you know how they 86 the idea of the man spider.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder how dark that storyline was compared to this. Because I was like, how could they do what if zombies, but not, you know, what if Spider-Man became the man spider? Right. So, you know, when it comes to zombies, you know, it's not, you know, rainbows and unicorns. So how, like, I just want to know how dark that storyline was compared to this one.
Well, yeah, because like you see some like dismembered heads in this one, and
right.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, it was cool, but it seemed like a little like glossed over, like where it could have been like, which I think is funny because Okoye was in this, and I knew, you know, the connection there to The Walking Dead is hilarious.
Yeah.
But like The Walking Dead, on some of their really good episodes, they could have made this like a little more suspenseful, a little more scary, I think. Yeah. But I guess maybe they were like, we can't make it too scary. But I don't know.
Right.
I thought it was pretty good though. So far, that one's probably up there as one of my favorites. Definitely the T'Challa Star-Lord one.
Mm-hmm.
The Doctor Strange one was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that one was pretty good. Yeah.
The one where the Avengers weren't like good, or they weren't a team, or there weren't Avengers. I don't remember a whole lot about that one, so I'm not putting that one that high up there.
Yeah, that one's down at the very end.
Yeah. But what comes after What If? Is it Nothing Till Hawkeye?
I think so, yeah.
Which ain't, you know, Hawkeye's in November, so that's not too far away. So
yeah,
it's only September now.
But I think there's trying to think. I thought there was going to be like double-digit episodes for What If, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know either. So, because like every one of them has like different. I think the Loki and the WandaVision, did they all have 10?
Oh, it's going to be 18 episodes.
18, dang.
Yes.
I thought there was less than that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So maybe this will probably lead up all the way to November, Hawkeye.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, Cameo, before we get out of here, we got some PandemPicks. Now, we've talked about a few of these already, but I'm bringing them up for a few different reasons. The first one I want to bring up, though, I didn't tell you about this, but I want to throw it out there. I am actually all caught up on Titans.
Nice.
And I'll tell you, you know, I've been messaging you and Chris Stum, our friend who has recommended Titans, as I've been watching it. Overall, I really do like it. I think it's pretty good. It has its ups and downs. Sometimes it's really interesting, and then sometimes I'm like, man, they just went way away from what I really like about the show. I really did dig like the Red Hood stuff and Robin becoming Nightwing. But I will tell you, like I told you this in our message, I think it's so dumb. This happened at the end of season 2. I think it's so dumb that Connor was being like mind controlled. Connor, his name isn't Connor Kent, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Why would it be Connor Kent?
Because I think he wants to live up to Superman.
But he wasn't like, I know, okay, for people who, I guess this is a spoiler, he's like half Superman and half Lex Luthor, but he wasn't raised by Superman, and more importantly, he wasn't raised by the Kents. So it just seems weird that his name is Connor Kent. Okay, secondly, he's got the heat vision like Superman, and he tries to use it on the Titans as he's being mind controlled, and Dove like reflects it with a mirror, and it goes pew pew back to Connor. And I was like, that's dumb. So dumb. So dumb. Because A, it's not like light lasers, it's heat, right?
Uh-huh.
B, you just gotta wear some mirrored glasses, right? And be like, nah, right back at you, homie.
Right.
You know, and all the reasons why that is dumb. Because like, if that were the case, then Batman and BVS, he would have just had like a big mirror, like with a kryptonite frame.
Yeah.
Be like, get near me now. So anyway, I just thought that was stupid. I also think it's stupid that like when Connor's getting shot up, or like when he's walking into like a burning fire of a car, his clothes don't get burned up or get shot up. Like, I get it that Connor's bulletproof, but he's got like a t-shirt that he bought off of some vendor on the street, and it's fireproof.
Yeah.
Like, they're aware enough to make Gar take off his clothes when he becomes a tiger, because how would he wear his clothes? Why are they not aware enough to think like all this stuff about Connor? Do you agree? Or
Brad, you're reading too much into it.
Whatever. I think it's stupid. Like, don't be stupid.
No, I agree, because that's the kind of the same thing. Well, not really the same thing. The difference between Titans and Luke Cage, you know, he's bulletproof, but his clothes isn't.
yeah, exactly.
Or aren't, I should say. Yeah, so it's just like, unless there's something that we don't know, that if, yeah, I don't know.
That mirrors and kryptonite, not only kryptonite, but mirrors are his. Okay, well, it's pretty good though. It's a step above the CW movie or shows. It definitely is. So I'm all caught up. I'm only on like episode 2 or 3 of Doom Patrol, which I enjoy. Doom Patrol, I think a little more than I like Titans, because it's just so out there.
It is. It's pretty out there.
So, and why does one thing that I did notice about Robin that I kind of like about him, or not Robin, Dick Grayson. He uses the F-bomb a lot, but if you're around like military guys, they kind of do that. Like I have some kids, my kids that are in the military, and like my brothers were Marines and stuff, and they end up coming home with filthy mouths. and that's kind of like, I was wondering if that's kind of what they did for Dick Grayson. Plus he kind of has that like boyish good looks, so they probably got to gruff him up a little by making him say the F-bomb so much. But he says it more than anybody. Like, a lot of people don't say it. The other thing I kind of like about the show, Cameo, is that Batman's a complete douchebag.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is supposed to be in like the regular universe or some alternate universe, but I kind of didn't like the guy who was playing Bruce Wayne at first, because I was like, I just can't see him being Batman. But then he did some dance, like it was in Dick Grayson's mind. But he was doing the dance from the old '66 Batman that he was doing in the movies, and then they've they did it in the cartoon to kind of like, you know which one I'm talking about, where he's like, Yeah. Like the Pulp Fiction dance. And so when he did that, I was like, okay, he does kind of look like an older, like if Adam West were like an even older guy, kind of that kind of Batman. But he's a douchebag. I don't like him. And I don't think you should like him in this one. Like the way he uses the Robins, and like he was like after they died or ran off, like he just immediately was looking for these people who, it's like he was targeting their weaknesses. At least that's how they're presenting him. Right?
Yeah.
So Batman's kind of a douchebag. And I kind of like it though. I'm for it. I think this is like Batman could be a douchebag. Right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so staying with the Batman and all that, PandemPicks, I went out. This got released last week, and I got to show you. It's the Justice League, the Zack Snyder version. It wasn't.
I didn't even see that when I went to the store the other day.
Well, I'll tell you this. Like, this is the 4K Ultra HD version. I think there was like, it was not available to pick up. But there was like what's the I don't remember. There's another like even bigger version of it. But see, here's a few things. Like a lot of people were saying that it was sold out everywhere and yada, yada, yada. But this one was relatively easy for me to get at Best Buy. So there was that. And then secondly, there's a lot of conspiracy now going around about this and how they're acting like Warner Brothers doesn't want this to do well and doesn't want anybody to know it's out and yada, yada, yada. Because
I didn't realize it was going to be out.
Yeah, because they don't want Zack Snyder's anything that he did to do well, and they don't want to restore the Snyderverse. So who knows? I don't think the Snyderverse is going to get restored, but I don't mind like if we get movies like the Suicide Squad and then the Batman that's coming out next March. Like, I'm okay. I love Zack Snyder. I really do. And check it out. I got the Cyborg, the Justice League Cyborg, and I got the Justice League Batfleck.
Oh, here.
And then check this out. Just for reference, I think that they did this correctly. Because isn't Ben Affleck like tall?
I think he's like 6'1", 6'2".
Because, like, look at the difference in how tall he is compared to the Michael Keaton one. Now, I know these are action figures, right? So,
but aren't they?
But Michael Keaton,
they're two different toy lines, though, right?
These are both NECA. Oh, yeah, this one's a NECA and this one's. But I was I was laughing because Michael Keaton's probably is a lot shorter than Ben Affleck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ben Affleck definitely wins in the intimidating Batman factor. I want to see them fight.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the action figure you gave me. John Cena.
Yeah.
Dude, this is
take him out of the package.
Man.
I was surprised.
I did.
I didn't know if you were going to take him out of the package.
I was thinking about it. I was like, man, maybe I'm gonna leave it in the package. And then I was like, no, man, I like to take mine out and pose them. I mean, dude, like this is just like so cool. Like,
oh yeah. Look at him. That's
do you see him in his whitey tighties?
His whitey tighties. That's racist. Yeah, that's great. So if you're listening to the podcast, you gotta tune into the video so that you could see John Cena.
You can see John Cena in his whitey tighties.
His whitey toities. Yeah. Hey, for the Zack Snyder's Justice League, though, I wanted to tell you one thing I was disappointed with when I bought this. I was kind of hoping that it would give me the widescreen version instead of the.
Oh, it's not.
It's still in the 4:3. Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't have an IMAX.
Yeah.
Like I wish it was, and I have tried. Like you can widen it yourself, but I don't know. It wasn't as good. So. Cameo, like these Justice League figures, they made ones of a few of the characters, but I wish they would make one of the Jared Leto Joker with the long green hair. That'd be kind of cool, don't you think? From the end, you remember the end where they have like
I was trying to think of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would like that.
Yeah, I mean, they did make figures of him from his Suicide Squad. So, like, make one of these where he was actually kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird, though. Like, you can't get certain Jokers. Like, there's not a Joaquin Phoenix Joker action figure. There's not a...
I know there's some people that...
Custom do them?
Custom do them, and they're pretty good.
Hey, if you custom do them, hit me up. I'll buy one off of you. I also want a Jack Nicholson one because they have a Hot Toys one, like 2 of them, but the one I would want is like $600, $700.
Yeah.
Man, I'm saving up for a PS5. You know what I'm saying, Cameo?
Yep.
Do you have any PandemPicks before we get out of here, Cameo?
I kind of already mentioned them. I in honor of Shang-Chi, you got to watch some Kung Fu movies. Jackie Chan obviously has billions of them out there. You got to watch
Kung Fu.
You got to watch Who Am I, which is amazing. Rumble in the Bronx. Like I said earlier, Legend of the Drunken Master.
Paper Tigers.
Paper Tigers is good, but Jackie Chan's not in it.
No.
But yeah, any Jet Li, Sammo Hung, Donnie Yen movies. Watch
Donnie Yen, Ip Man, right?
Ip Man, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also going to be in John Wick Chapter 4. So
cool.
Get ready for that.
Nice. Well, Cameo, that's a wrap for us.
All right.
We'll be back soon. Like I say, everybody who listens, we'll have a Conformist Peach Cobbler to talk about Malignant coming up soon with me and Nugget. But until then, as always, Cameo,
keep it nerdy.
Smile and put on a happy face.
Wakanda forever!
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
That was awesome!
Freeze all motor functions.